Welcome to WSWU News. I'm Sawyer Price.
And I'm Delaney Byers. We're here to bring you reliable news right here from Central South Carolina.
We're covering a lot today, folks, but first we're going to start off with a clash between culture and technology, online churches.
Are online churches the way of the future? We're going to Brian Roach to hear more about it.
We live in a world where we are digitally connected. One big thing today is how churches are using the internet to connect with people. However, the question is, are churches becoming too online focused?
Having an online presence is crucial in this day and age. In whatever capacity that is formed, it does, whether it's on social media, on Facebook Live, on YouTube. Having an online presence is crucial where any church were to survive, especially in this culture that we're in right now.
Yeah, I think it's a very good thing. I think anytime technology can be used to express the message, so exploring those options I think is necessary in today's age, definitely to utilize online presence.
So it seems that churches are liking the idea to explore and reach out online. However, can a church be mainly online focused?
The future of church could be mainly online focused if done correctly. Of course, there's going to be several schools of thought here that community could build a church online. But I do think that there is value of having a physical body of believers.
This shows that churches enjoy having an online presence. However, personal interaction is still needed within churches. I'm Brian Roach from WSWU.
Thanks for that, Brian. With the rate technology is evolving, who knows what churches and other social places are going to look like.
On to another story. Maggie Rice has a story about a local athlete working his way towards going pro.
Former Division I athlete, record holder, hopeful future professional runner. James Quattlebaum is a Greenville local who continues to make his town proud in his running endeavors.
Right now my training consists of running between probably 65 to 75 miles a week, and I'm training for the mile, so I'm doing a lot of speed workouts. I have the state record for the half marathon. I ran 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 33 seconds. My ultimate goal is to break 4 minutes in the mile and to qualify for the Olympic trials in the marathon.
James is hoping to receive a contract to run professionally in the near future. Running under 4 minutes in the mile will be a significant step in achieving that goal. Coaching an athlete with such ambitious expectations can be a high-pressure position to hold.
I've been coaching James Quattlebaum for close to a year now. Right now our focus is on the mile for the spring, so we've shifted into more higher quality track intervals. And I think that if he gets in a fast enough race, he is going to be able to run a personal best in the mile.
James is a well-rounded individual with his eyes on the prize he has set before himself. Greenville and the running community will continue to support him and be proud of him throughout the taxing process of training to be the best he can be. For WSWU, this is Maggie Rice reporting.
James has now broken a 4-minute mile, which means I will not be catching him anytime soon, Lainey.
Still ahead, we've got hydration and exercise and how they go hand in hand.
Up next, Ben White is reporting on the messages we send and receive with the clothes we wear. What messages are you sending with what you wear? Let's go to Ben White.
Choosing an outfit can seem unimportant, but the clothes people wear can communicate unspoken messages about them. Several studies have shown that a large portion of communication between people is nonverbal.
Sometimes you can tell when someone's not taking care of themselves, and it also means that they usually transferably have a hard time taking care of other people, or they're not taking care of themselves at the expense of other people. So at some point, lack of self-care in the way you dress can actually be an outward symbol of other things that you're struggling with in a stewardship issue.
Attire is significant because people can jump to deeper conclusions that may be untrue.
I think the way that somebody presents themselves with their style or with what they're choosing to wear, absolutely that is saying something that is unspoken. And sometimes I think those things can be drastic and sometimes they can be subtle, but I think that you have to be aware of it on some level.
An important part of clear clothing communication is understanding the cultural norms. The same piece of clothing in one setting may convey something very different in another.
It all sends a message, for better or for worse, whether it's fair or not. So I think you just have to always be asking yourself, what message is this sending about me? But maybe intentionally or unintentionally, could somebody assume for me about this? And I think you just have to make the choice. What is the message I want to send today?
For WSWU, this is Ben Wyatt reporting.
I guess we pick up on some things without even realizing it.
Yeah, Lainey, you know what I've realized?
What's that, Sawyer?
I have rarely ever seen a college student without headphones in. Grayson Schrader's got more about that. Grayson?
During busy semesters, students have a lot to juggle. With class, extracurricular activities, jobs, etc., it can be a lot to balance. Amidst it all, hardworking students have to find time to their studies, and doing that requires efficiency so that they can properly balance their time. Students have different studying methods, but one of the most effective and frequently seen is that of listening to music while taking in information.
I listen to music a lot in general. Typically, I'll listen to music, especially when I'm writing. For studying, it's more to help me concentrate than anything.
There is both research evidence and there's a lot of anecdotal everyday evidence that people in general use music to enhance a whole broad variety of functions, not just cognitive functions, but emotional functions as well, physical functions as part of that whole package, which looks at the influence of music on a whole range of human performance. That includes people who use music to improve studying, learning performance.
So, next time you're having trouble studying, put on some music. Put on something you like. Maybe it'll help you out more than you think. This is Grayson Schrader, MC SWU.
Thanks, Grayson. Do you listen to music while studying, Sawyer?
I actually do not, but you know, Lainey, everybody's got their own ways to learn. So later, we're going to talk about weather and going to learn a little bit about baseball history.
Up next, though, we've got Leonard Holmes Jr. reporting on the importance of staying hydrated. One thing everyone has in common is water, but are people prioritizing hydration?
Let's go to Leonard Holmes Jr. reporting on the importance of drinking water.
In chemistry, a hydrate is a substance that contains water or its constituent elements. The chemical state of water varies widely between different classes of hydrates, some of which were so labeled before their chemical structure was understood.
One key benefit for being hydrated is it's a form of energy. The human body is like a flower or a plant. As you know, plants need water to stay alive.
From athletes to your everyday people, everyone needs hydration. Most doctors have been told to tell people to drink 6 to 8-ounce glasses of water each day, a reasonable goal.
The percentage of your chances of getting hurt are tremendously higher if you're not hydrated. You're asking for trouble, whether it's heat exhaustion or a pulled muscle or a strain of any kind. That's the big reason I need my athletes to be hydrated.
Most people don't understand that 1 bottle of water just isn't enough. Most people actually drink just 1 bottle a day. The body can't survive on 1 bottle alone. Water can also be found in fruits and vegetables. For example, watermelon, tomatoes, and lettuce.
Hydration is important to me because as a track and field athlete, it helps prevent cramps.
Yeah, and hydration also helps the human body not to break down.
Being hydrated is an essential for life and anything you need to do. This is Leonard Holmes Jr. for MC SWU.
Some professionals even say if you feel thirsty, you already are or have been dehydrated for several hours.
You especially need to stay hydrated if you exercise regularly. Let's listen to Sawyer talk about the importance of exercise.
Exercise, something people often don't care for, but don't realize that it is a gateway to a longer and healthier lifestyle. According to health professionals at the Better Health Channel, physical activity or exercise is important because it can improve your health and reduce the risk of developing several diseases such as type 2 diabetes, cancer, and even cardiovascular disease.
So it's important because cardiovascular health, it's good to keep weight in check, not necessarily for weight loss, but for weight control.
According to the American College of Sports Medicine, the minimum a person should work out is 2 to 3 times a week, which comes out to be around 30 to 45 minutes a day.
When it comes to exercise, it doesn't just boil down to weightlifting. It's all about preference and what you want to do. It's about getting the body active. So for me, I like to run.
It's fun. It's kind of a emotional release, sort of. It's kind of cathartic and therapeutic.
Playing a sport is also a great way to get your exercise in.
It's definitely a gateway, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. It's like if people have a natural athletic ability, and then they can use athletics to get to exercise.
Exercise doesn't have to be something we dread doing every day, because now we know with just a simple 30 minutes of every day, we can pave a healthier lifestyle for ourselves. For MC SWU, Sawyer Price reporting.
Thanks for that, Sawyer. In a few minutes, we're going to look at the effects that coffee can have on us.
Up next, we're going to go to Caitlin Fox with the weather. Let's look at the weather forecast with Caitlin Fox. Caitlin, how's it looking out there?
Thanks, Sawyer. Plan to pack an umbrella and wear your rain boots today and tomorrow. The high temperatures today is in the mid to upper 60s with clouds, rain, and scattered thunderstorms throughout today and tomorrow. As we take a look at our hourly, you can see the chance of rain varies between 95 and 100%, with winds coming from the southeast and changing on Thursday from the southwest. Be prepared for humidity throughout the next couple of days, with it ranging from the mid to upper 90s. All of this shows on our weather maps. As you can see, most of the southeast will be suffering these same wet conditions. Taking a closer look, you can see that central and the surrounding areas will be inundated with the same weather pattern until late Thursday night, early Friday morning. But all hope is not lost for the weekend. It looks like sunny skies and mild weather, making it great football weather or any outdoor activities for the weekend. Thank you. Back to Sawyer.
Well, if it's not raining, it'll be good weather to play some baseball, right, Sawyer?
Yeah, Lainey, but it's always a great day to play baseball if you're a real fan. So the game has been changing throughout the years, though, but Tyler Fuller is going to bring us up to speed on that.
Baseball, America's pastime, is the oldest sport in the United States. First mention of a sport called baseball traces back to the late 1700s. Despite its growing age, the game of baseball, particularly at the major league level, is younger than ever. With this youth comes a new level of excitement to the game of baseball.
Brandon, are you kidding me? Wow!
Bat flips, flashy plays, celebrations. There's a new type of swagger in Major League Baseball, and little by little it's starting to bleed down to the highest level of amateur baseball, college baseball. From our players' dress to their mannerisms and techniques, the echoes of Major League Baseball are more prevalent now in college baseball than ever.
I know I look at their flair and all the things they bring to the table, their swag, someone would say, and that's something that I kind of want to emulate.
But you do see it a lot. You see it a lot with like bat flips and bombs. Like you see players who hit home runs, they try to get a big bat flip. Like little kids are looking up to these guys, we're trying to be like them. So.
Tyler Fuller with MC SWU reporting.
Thanks, Tyler. Up next, we've got Josh Johnson talking about coffee. Our last segment today is all about coffee. Delaney, are you a regular coffee drinker?
I myself am not, but let's hear more about the effects coffee can have on us from Josh Johnson.
Since the Boston Tea Party, coffee has been a staple of the American diet, with some of its largest consumers being college students.
I see people drinking a lot of coffee fairly often, and I do work a night shift once a week, so I see some people come in at like 7, 8 at night and get caffeinated drinks, and I'm just like, that's a little weird. Shouldn't be drinking caffeine that late.
One thing that seems to be a theme with college students is they will order coffee to get through a day when in reality they probably need more sleep.
Sometimes I will get a caramel macchiato with a shot of espresso instead of taking a nap to get me through the afternoons. That way I don't have to take the time to take a nap.
But are college students drinking too much coffee?
According to the Mayo Clinic, the average student drinks 1.5 cups of coffee per day, which is about half of the recommended caffeine intake just on coffee. However, there are some who would prefer other beverages.
I don't really drink coffee. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't think it's super healthy to overload on caffeine instead of just getting sleep.
Though some drink coffee for its taste, others use it as a crutch, and at that point, it can become an issue. For MC SWU, this is Josh Johnson reporting.
I think after all that, I'm going to have to get some coffee soon. Thanks for watching, folks. That's all for the WSWU Show today.
Please stay tuned for our next week's episode, which will be coming very shortly. I'm Sawyer Price.
And I'm Delaney Byers with MC SWU.
And as always, folks, stay safe and God bless.